So guys, I'm getting ready. This nasty old stuff. So you're cleaning this off. It's not as bad as cleaning chitterlings, but you gotta get all this off. And then you're gonna turn it over and you're gonna clean that off. This nasty old stuff. And then you boil this. Well, you cut it up because I don't think you want these big old pieces like this. That. You know, tripe used to be inexpensive, and now it's kind of expensive. This stuff is like $4 and something a pound. The thing about it is you have to cook it for a couple of hours to get it tender before you even think about frying it. Most people probably haven't ever even had this. I see people fry it in flour, but my mom always fried it in cornmeal. And it just put me in the mind of fish once it's fried. But tripe is like tofu and mushrooms. It takes on the flavor of whatever you're seasoning it with. That nasty old stuff. So then you turn it over, and this is what it looks like. This is called honeycomb tripe. Looks like honeycombs. So put salt on this as well. And then after I get through taking all this off, I'm gonna put it back in some water with some vinegar and some salt to finish cleaning it. And then I'm gonna put it in a container and put it in the refrigerator. And tomorrow is when I'm going to prepare it. But I just wanted to have it cleaned today because I didn't want to have to be doing this tomorrow. That yucky stuff. So again, here's another piece. Salt. And this is rock salt. Rock salt is like ice cream salt. I don't think I'm going to fry all of this tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to prepare it all. Once I cut it down, I'm going to only cook the part that I want to eat. And since I know my husband wouldn't even let this come near his mouth, I'm just going to cook enough for me. But I'm just going to boil what I'm going to eat. All right, so let me finish cleaning this and I'll come back. All right, so I'm getting ready to wash this again with some vinegar and salt. Make sure I get this clean. to watch this once more. And then I'm going to cut it in pieces probably this size. But these are big. Look how big these are. Separate it. All right, so I'm going to cut it with my kitchen scissors. When I was growing up, my mom would cook this. I didn't know the process of cooking tripe until I got older and cooked it myself. But I see people fry it with like flour. My mom always breaded hers in cornmeal. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing mine in cornmeal. But when I boil it, I'm going to season the water up really good. Because remember, like I said, tripe is like tofu and mushrooms. It takes on whatever flavor you pair it with. So the thing about it, when I freeze this, the part that I don't fry up, the part that I don't cook, because you have to boil this a couple of hours before you actually can even think about cooking this. So I'm going to season it really well. So I'm going to take out 4. That's enough. This other here is going in a Ziploc bag, and I'm putting it in the freezer. So the next time I want some tripe, all I have to do is just boil it because it's already cleaned. So that's it. That's the cleaning. So tomorrow when I get ready to cook this, I'll show you what I'm doing when I start boiling it, from the time I boil it to the time I fry it. All right, so I'm about to get my tripe boiling. This will take about 2.5 hours to boil. One thing you must remember is that you may have to add additional water during this time frame, but it normally will take anywhere from 2.5 to 3 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and season up my water, and I'm putting in some Old Bay, and I'm putting in some Slap Your Mama seasoning. Add a little bit more water to this. And this is the tripe that I'm going to actually cook. I cleaned it on yesterday. And I'm just cooking enough for me. So I'm going to go ahead and get this boiling, and once it's tender, I'll get back with you and we'll proceed with frying it up. So my beef honeycomb tripe is boiled, and like I said, I boiled it with Old Bay and Slap Your Mama and just water. I didn't add any salt because there's enough salt in that. So I'm getting ready to season it, and I season mine. I put mustard on it. I just mix the mustard up. And I use breadcrumbs. People use flour, but when my mom cooked it growing up, she used cornmeal. So I'm using cornmeal. And I think I said breadcrumbs, but no, cornmeal. So I have my meal, and I'm going to actually put some seasoning in this meal. I'm going to put some Slap Your Mammy, Slap Your Mama in here. Put quite a bit of seasoning in there. And I have my heat up. So dinner tonight is going to be fried beef honeycomb, tripe, and sweet potato fries. So let me get this floured up, and then I'll get over here to the stove and fry it. Now, when I bought this, it comes in these big old long pieces, big long pieces. And I didn't want to fry that whole thing because I'm the only one that's going to eat this. You could make my husband eat this, but I'm the only one that's going to eat it. So I only fried enough for me. And let me show you what it looks like. I don't know if I showed you. That's why it's called honeycomb, because it looks like these little honeycombs. So and then I'm going to fry these up. I just want to make sure that I get I get my batter deep in the crevices. Now, when I boiled this today, it took about 4 hours to boil this because you have to boil it until it's tender. Because if not, this is pretty tough. You won't be able to eat it unless you prepare it in advance by boiling it. You know, menudo is made from tripe, and you can find a lot of foods like tripe and chicken feet and stuff like that. You can find those in international markets that specialize in Asian and Hispanic foods. Now, chicken feet, I don't know where you can find them, but I don't have a recipe for chicken feet, and please don't send me one because that just, I ain't gonna be able to do the feet. Now, the pig feet, different. Chicken feet, ain't gonna be able to do it. Tripe is kind of chewy. Even if you boil it, it still has that chewy texture to it. So I guess I will say it's an acquired taste. But just like some people eat chitterlings or chitterlings or chitterlings, it's like that. It's an acquired taste. Why is my skillet popping over here? My oil. All right, so let me move the camera over to the stove. Okay, so I'm about to test my oil with a little needle. And it is ready. Now you're going to fry these until they're crispy. Ooh. Now, the way some people eat this, they make a tripe sandwich, and I used to eat it like that. And it's just bread. It's got to have mustard on it. It's got to have some sliced onions and the bread, and that's the sandwich. It's nothing spectacular. Nothing really out of the ordinary. Just a fried tripe sandwich. Yep, fried tripe and sweet potato fries. See, when I cook this, I only have to cook for me. Because my husband is not going to eat this. But that's okay. One thing about him, he don't cook, but he sure knows how to go out and buy something. Some people bread it, like I said, in flour. They use an egg, like you would do chicken. I guess it's just your preference. Let me turn this handle around, because Lord knows, don't need that oil on me today. I love sweet potato fries better than white potato fries. The only thing I don't like about sweet potato fries is I can't get them as crispy. And one thing you need to remember is you've already boiled this, so it's already tender. So the only thing that you're really doing is frying it and crisping it up. That's it. So I'm getting ready to take these out because I cut them small. And it kind of puts you in the mind of fish, especially when you braid it with cornmeal. And that's it. That's fried beef honeycomb tripe. So I'm going to show you when I make a sandwich, when I put it together with my fries. So this is how we put it together. I bet he's gonna be up in my face tonight with these onions. And take a piece. I'm gonna take 2 pieces to make my sandwich. And that's it. That is it. Show you what it looked like. And that's what it looks like. Get my sweet potato fries on here and I'll be back. So, needless to say, I just let my husband try a piece. And he thought it was fish. I told him it puts you in the mind of fish. He said that's what it reminds him of, fish. I guess fish because it's fried with cornmeal. But it's not fish. Yep, it's not fish. It's tripe. He told me, what is that? I said, it's the cow. So, needless to say, this is going to be my dinner. I need to put a little piece right there. And you see how it cuts so easily after you boil it, but if you know what tripe is, you know that tripe is tough. So if you don't boil it, man, you won't be eating it because it will be tough as leather. So this is my meal. This is dinner. Quick, easy, old school, and delicious. So if you like what I did with this tripe, by all means, try the recipe. It's not quick because it has to boil for hours until it's actually tender. But once that process is over, it comes together fairly fast. But try it. Let me know what you think about it. Thank you for watching my video. If you have any recipes you'd like me to try, send me the recipe. If you don't have a recipe, send me the name and I'll try to find a recipe. But until then, stay warm and be blessed.